Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Daisha, and I'm your facilitator tonight. I want to thank you for joining us for the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools lined up to speak with you today. I have a few quick housekeeping items that I'd like to go through before we get started. Your camera and your microphone are both off for tonight's event, so the panelists will not be able to see or hear you, but you can use your Q&A button at the bottom of your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any point during tonight's presentation and can respond to you via chat. Tonight, this is one of many sessions that are happening. I hope you've had an opportunity to check out some of our other sessions, but all of them are going to be recorded, including this one. So you'll be able to visit strivescan.com/Missouri to watch any of these sessions on demand. I would like to go ahead and introduce our first institution presenting tonight, Northern Arizona University.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Alrighty. So my name is Lauren Rosales. I'm with Northern Arizona University. If you have any questions at all, definitely reach out. We are located in Flagstaff, Arizona, which is about 2 hours north of Phoenix. Now you might be thinking Arizona is just hot desert, but we are actually at an elevation of 7,000 feet. We do get all 4 seasons and we have never hit 100 degrees. The city of Flagstaff has a permanent population of about 75,000. So we have that small college town feel, but we have everything that you need right here in Flagstaff. We are within a 3-hour drive to 11 national parks and monuments. We have skiing and snowboarding in the area during the winter months. We have rock climbing, mountain biking, kayaking, lots of outdoor activities to do over the summer. But we do have historical sites, cultural sites, lots of great things for you to do off campus. Now on campus, NAU started as a teaching college in 1899. We have about 100 degree programs that we do offer. Some of our popular programs include psychological sciences, nursing, business, engineering, dental hygiene, as well as forestry. We also have a lot of research available for you. So if you're interested in conducting research outside of the classroom, we have some great opportunities for you. We also do have a very robust campus life. It is not required for students to live on campus their first year, but highly recommended. We see students living on campus throughout their time at the university, and we house you with others in your same academic area. So if you want to meet another student who's also maybe a forestry student, you can live around others that you'll have classes with for the next 4 years. We have 2 all-you-care-to-eat dining facilities on campus, 25 dining retail locations, so a lot of options for you available. Now, you might be involved in something right now, and you can continue that involvement at NAU. We have over 400 different clubs and organizations you can be a part of, and we also make it very easy for you to start your own club. We do also have students working on campus in various capacities. NAU is also an NCAA Division I school. We play in the Big Sky Conference for all of our sports, except for women's swim and dive. They are in the Western Athletic Conference. Recently, we did a non-conference football game against University of Arizona, which we won, and that is something that you can go to for free. Now, we also want to make sure that you are supported academically and socially. We have a very diverse campus. We have about 21,000 undergraduate students. About a quarter of our students, so 25%, identify as Hispanic. We also have over 100 Native American tribes represented, so students are coming from different backgrounds, different experiences, and life stories that they're sharing. We also do have opportunities for you to study abroad. So if you want to go, maybe learn another language, continue your education elsewhere, you can do so through one of our great study abroad programs. We also want to make sure you're well prepared for your career. So we do have our part-time job fair. We also have one-on-one workshops with our career development staff to ensure that you are prepared when looking for an internship or that first job out of college. Now, looking into our admissions requirements, we are looking at the 16 college preparatory classes or core classes. These are 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 3 years of a lab science, 2 years of a social science, 2 years of the same second language, and 1 year of a fine art or CTE. Minimum GPA to be considered for admissions would be a 2.5, and we are test score optional. So if you don't have test scores, choose not to submit them. That will not negatively impact you. Our application for fall 2022 is open. We ask students to self-report their grades, and we can get an admissions decision to you in about 2 weeks. So very quick turnaround time. Now, we do also want to provide you with transparency on your tuition. So you'll see the non-resident tuition rate as a resident of Missouri. And then we also want you to consider some of the additional expenses like housing and meal plan, books and supplies. But we do have merit scholarships that we automatically consider you for once you are admitted. So we are looking at those same 16 core classes that we look at for admissions. No separate application to be considered for the president's or the president's excellence. Just apply, be admitted, and have a GPA within one of those categories. So looking at your next steps, like I mentioned, our application is currently open. I will drop my contact information if you do have questions after today. We also encourage students to complete their FAFSA. The application will open on Friday, October 1st. So make sure that you do submit your FAFSA. If you're interested in the Honors College, there is a separate application that you can submit once you are admitted to NAU. And then lastly, we do encourage students to visit campus. So we have daily campus tours that happen Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. or 10:30. Make sure that you do register for one of those campus tours if you know you'll be in Flagstaff. But if you're not going to make it to Flagstaff and you still are interested in what campus looks like, we do have virtual presentations, a little bit more in depth than what you're experiencing right now. But those happen Monday through Friday. And then we do also have our virtual tour available online. So again, my name is Lauren. I'm happy to work with you, answer any questions that you have about Northern Arizona University and becoming a lumberjack. And at this time, I will pass it off to our next school. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Northern Arizona. Our next institution is the University of Wyoming.
All righty. Well, good afternoon, folks. My name is Cade Russo. I'm an admissions representative here at the University of Wyoming, and we're going to chat today about why the world needs more cowboys. So where is the University of Wyoming located? Well, we are in Laramie, Wyoming, a town of about 30,000 individuals, located about 2 hours north of Denver in southeastern Wyoming, really in the heart of the Rocky Mountain West. Laramie's been ranked the #1 small college town in America, and it's an absolutely fantastic place to call home. So about the University of Wyoming, we are very, very unique because we are the only four-year in the entire state of Wyoming. Now that's special because that only happens in one place in this entire nation, and that is Wyoming. And so we have all the resources you could ever want and need here at the University of Wyoming. But looking what we're made of, right around 11,829 students call the University of Wyoming home. About 10,000 of that number is going to be your undergraduate student population. 14-to-1 is going to be your student faculty ratio here at the University of Wyoming. More than 90% of your classes are going to be taught by professors. You're going to get really that opportunity to know them on a first name basis. We pride ourselves on that interpersonal connection within the classroom, as well as our average class size is going to be 30 students. So we don't have those massive lecture halls here at the University of Wyoming. And so then the other cool thing about our student population, and something that I'm really proud of as a graduate of the University of Wyoming, is that nearly 80% of our graduates last year, folks, even during the middle of a pandemic, were in grad school or had a job 6 months after graduation. I think that that's an absolutely fantastic statistic. When you look at our student body, over 50 states, all 50 states are going to be represented, as well as 90 different countries when you look at our cowboy student population. Currently, though, it's about 57% Wyoming students, 43% non-resident students. And then the cool thing about our student population is that 95% of our students receive scholarships or financial aid. I think that that's really, really awesome. The close-knit community of Laramie really is amazing. We really strive to provide our students a genuine, authentic experience throughout the community of Laramie, but also the really supportive campus culture that is the University of Wyoming. We really live by those values of the West, right? That's what we are all about. The other aspect of this community is going to be our strong alumni networks, both in the entire state of Wyoming, but also the country. And so over 140,000 alumni and members that really want to give back to the University of Wyoming and get you impactful internship opportunities and job opportunities, right? And that's what we're all about. How can we create your resume the very best that is possible? Laramie, Wyoming certainly is one of the top outdoor, destinations in the entire nation, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit biased, but some cool facts are that we are 20 minutes away from top tier climbing in our VW area. Nearly over 2.9 million acres of national forest surround Laramie. That really is our students' backyard. We're 30 minutes away from affordable skiing and snow sports. Affordable and skiing don't really go in the same sentence too often, so I think that's pretty awesome. And then we're 15 minutes away from over 100 plus miles of climbing, hiking, and bike trails, including this absolutely gorgeous area. That's Medicine Bow Peak, just about 45 minutes to an hour west of Laramie. So there's a lot of pride behind the University of Wyoming. I truly think that the pride and passion behind UW is truly unmatched. A lot of that kind of goes into our Division I athletics. We compete in the Mountain West. The Cowboys are 4-0 right now in football. We're riding that high. Club sports, 20 plus club sports for our students to take part in, 50 plus intramural sports. Greek system is absolutely fantastic, as well as the fine arts are really terrific. Over 300 different clubs and organizations for our students to take part in. That could be our all women's fly fishing team called Fish and Chicks. This could be our grilling and chilling club. This could range everything from political, multicultural, you name it, all sorts of different clubs and organizations, as well as our very active student government on campus. And then really that love and loyalty is really addicting to fall into behind that brand of the University of Wyoming. We offer over 200 different areas of study here at the University of Wyoming, everything from accounting all the way down to zoology. I would certainly recommend you that you find your program of interest on our website and explore what makes that program so unique and so amazing. Double major and minor options, as well as our absolutely fantastic honors college experience. Study abroad certainly is a huge component of the University of Wyoming as well. We've got the largest public endowment of any four-year institution in the nation that is a land grant. And that's special, right? We want to give you as many different scholarship opportunities to make studying abroad financially affordable as possible, right? International and domestic opportunities both, as well as over 400 different sites worldwide. So how do you become a cowboy? Well, it's going to take you 3 very easy steps. Apply to the University of Wyoming directly through our website or through the common application. Pay a $40 application fee and then submit required documents. We are test optional for fall of 2022. So all I need is going to be a high school transcript to get you admitted to the University of Wyoming. These are our admissions requirements, pretty standard stuff. If you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to your admissions counselor, myself, or another individual. Pretty standard stuff right there. We also have support here at UW, so if your GPA places you within that category, we can still get you admitted. Transfer admission, very straightforward, as well as the additional documents and resources. Looking at scholarships for out-of-state students, coming from the state of Missouri, you would be looking at the Brown Gold Commitment, the way that we handle scholarships at the University of Wyoming. We're going to look at your high school unweighted GPA and then an ACT score and let you know what scholarships would look like from the very, very beginning. I think that that's a huge benefit. Last but not least, we would absolutely love to have you visit campus. I truly think that putting your feet on a college campus is going to be the very best way to understand if this place is going to be for you. Please let me know or another one of my admissions representatives know how we can assist you in your college search process. The world needs more Cowboys. Go Pokes. We'd love to see you at Wyoming. Thanks.
Thank you, University of Wyoming. Our next school is the University of Oregon.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sarah Goldman, and I am your Midwest-based recruiter here at the University of Oregon. A little bit about UO. We are located in the beautiful city of Eugene, Oregon, just about an hour away from the Pacific Ocean on one side and an hour away from the Cascade Mountains on the other. So if you were that student who's like, I'm going to go skiing in the morning and surfing in the afternoon, you can do that at the University of Oregon. Eugene itself, again, it's the second largest city in the state, so there's a lot going on in town, in addition to wonderful restaurants and live music and shopping and all of that good stuff. There's a lot of fun things happening. We have about 250 miles of hiking, biking, and walking trails right in town. About 10 minutes from our campus is one of the largest waterfalls in the United States. So it is an absolutely beautiful part of the country. We have about 725 ducks from the Midwest right on campus. So you will meet some fellow folks from Missouri, as well as all over the great Midwest. And it's easy to get there daily one-stop or non-stop flights. We have about 19,000 undergraduate students and about 4,000 grad students. So while we are the flagship university for the state of Oregon and a national tier 1 public research university, we're on the smaller side of large, which means lots and lots of, again, research opportunities, smaller class sizes, opportunities to work really closely with your faculty members, get those letters of recommendation that are going to help you get into graduate school, medical school, law school, and your first jobs. We have students on campus from all 50 states and about 100 different countries. You can see where our population density is right there. We're also an incredibly diverse community. So we are one of the top 20 public universities for graduating underrepresented students and always in the top few in the country for LGBTQIA+ friendly campuses. Every single class you take, you're going to have students who look like you and students who don't, students who have wildly different views of the world than you. You're going to have faculty members who look like you and faculty members who don't. You're going to have a lot of people that you agree with and a lot of people that you don't agree with, which is going to set you up for success no matter what it is you go on to do after you graduate from UO. These are some of our top few programs. We have over 168 different undergraduate majors. This is where a lot of students are flocking. They're coming to us for these specific programs, and you're going to find all of those majors and many more in our 9 schools and colleges. Our College of Arts and Sciences is our largest school on campus. That's where you're going to find majors like biology and English and history and theater, all that good stuff. And then you can find our College of Business. That's where you're going to see our professional programs, our 5-year direct entry MBA program, as well as our sports business program, marketing, accounting, all that good stuff. In our College of Design, you're going to find our direct entry 5-year architecture program, as well as all of our graphic design programs, interior architecture, things like that. Our College of Education is a wonderful 5-year master's degree program as well. So in the state of Oregon, you need a master's degree to teach anything after elementary school. So if you enter our College of Education, you are going to be that much more prepared to hit the ground running. Our School of Journalism and Communications is where you're going to find so much cool technology. That's where you're going to find a brand new virtual reality studio. You can check out really top of the line audio recording equipment, visual recording equipment, drones, things like that. Our School of Music and Dance functions very much like a conservatory, but at our heart, we are a school of liberal arts and sciences. So you're going to get that really well-rounded college education, no matter what it is you study. And then in addition to our graduate school, we have a law school, and then our Clark Honors College as well, which is one of the top 10 public honors colleges in the country. It does require a separate essay, but it is a really neat program. When we're going through your application, we conduct a holistic review. We're excited to get to know you, what you're passionate about, what you love. We are going to look at that GPA, but you are more than a number. I will shout that from the rooftops, right? We want to know how you got to that GPA. What classes did you take? Are your grades kind of doing one of those, or are your grades kind of doing one of those? We take a look at your senior year schedule, make sure that you're ending on a high note, and then we want to know what you have going on outside the classroom. Are you that type of student that has been in every club and organization and service and all that good stuff? Or have you had a part-time job all through high school? Or maybe you had to go home every day after school and take care of younger siblings or family members. We want to know how you occupied your time outside the classroom. We are permanently and proudly test optional. So if you have test scores and you'd like to submit those, we would be excited to see them. If you don't, or you don't want to submit them, that's just fine. My son just woke up from a nap and says hello. I also want to mention that we are test blind for scholarship. So even if you do have those test scores, we would not consider them for academic scholarship. We do require that personal statement. Again, we just want to hear from you in your own words. So a real quick why students from Missouri are choosing the University of Oregon. Our small class sizes is a big part of it. Again, we offer you really unique classroom experiences. Your faculty members are excited to work with you. Nearly 3/4 of our students are conducting research every single year, including first-year students. We routinely have freshmen who are conducting research with us. Our wonderful honors college, as well as departmental honors in 48 different majors, in addition, of course, to our Latin honors program as well. We have a whole bunch of nationally ranked programs. We love all of the programs that we teach here at UO. We do them very, very well. And then about about a quarter of our students are going to study abroad with us every single year. Finally, this is my contact information. You can feel free to snap that QR code, which is the best way to get on our mailing list. Make sure you're getting all of our up-to-date information. Stay in touch, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you, University of Oregon. A quick reminder to our attendees, if you have any questions you'd like to ask our panelists, please use the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen and send those over, and they'll be able to respond to you directly. The next institution presenting is Santa Clara University.
Hi everyone, so I'm going to just double check that my screen is sharing. So give me 1 second. Okay, so my name is Derek and I'm an admissions counselor here at Santa Clara University. Just want to talk to you all about this wonderful Jesuit Catholic school and why this should be your home for the next couple of years. So we are in the heart of the Silicon Valley in the Bay Area. So this is a great place for you to be near the cities of San Francisco, San Jose, and Santa Cruz, which has really great beaches and opportunities of hiking and nightlife as well. We have students from a bunch of different places from all across the nation to all across the world as well. 55% of our students are from California and 45% are out of state or international. Being here in the Silicon Valley, you might think about the business, technology, engineering, but we have students from all different disciplines getting involved in internships. So 80% of our students do get an internship by the end of their 4 years, and 86% of our students are employed full-time within the first 6 months of graduating here at Santa Clara University. Our students are within the top 1% of beginning salaries of $65,000 being our median salary. And our top 3 employers include Cisco, Google, Apple, and a bunch of different top career paths as well, and startups. So I want to talk a little bit about the Jesuit mission and philosophy. So we really focus here on educating the whole, the mind, the body, and the spirit, because our vision at Santa Clara University is to really educate citizens and leaders of competence, conscience, and compassion. And so we have a commitment to service, a commitment to global engagement. So a lot of our students are studying abroad, about a fourth of our students. We have immersion, community-based learning programs as well. And you might ask, do I have to be Catholic to attend Santa Clara University? No. 50% of our students are Catholic, but 50% of our students don't identify as Catholic. They might identify as a different religion or not religious at all. And part of our curriculum does require 3 religious courses, but those courses can be, a particular religion you might be interested in pursuing or learning about, or it could be courses in ethics, civic engagement, or just how religion plays in our media and in our pop culture. So some information about our statistics in our community. We are a mid-sized university with 5,520 undergraduate students. So our average classroom size is about 22 to 23 students. So you definitely have a very personal rapport with your professors, having more office hour opportunities, research, and internship opportunities with our faculty. 100% of our classes are taught by full-time faculty as well. We have an 11:1 student to faculty ratio, again, building on this notion that you have a more personal opportunity to speak with your instructors and your professors for your education and beyond. We have a 95% retention rate. That means 95% of our students love Santa Clara University after their first year and return to campus back on their sophomore year. And we have an 88% 4-year graduation rate. So that means Santa Clara University really focuses on helping our students find their academic goals and make sure they get the classes they need so they can graduate in 4 years. That's compared to, nationally and within 4 or 6 years. And you also, again, get to get involved with our professors from all across different disciplines, which I'll get to in a little bit. So next in our application process, we do use the Common App, and part of the Common App does ask you about which of the 3 colleges you want to apply for. So there is the College of Arts and Sciences, which has about 55% of our students, the Levy School of Business, which has about 27% of our students, and the School of Engineering, which has about 18% of our students. We have over 50 different majors across all three colleges, and we have professors of both practice and scholarship. So in our Levy School of Business, for example, some of our professors are CFOs or CEOs of their own companies here to teach their courses. And we also have 4+1 programs. So we have students getting both their bachelor's and master's degree in 5 years. So when looking at your application, we do review a holistic review. We look at both your academic and your personal side. Regarding academics, our average GPA is about 3.7. Again, that does range depending on which of the school you apply for. We look at your unrated GPA, but we also look at the rigor of the courses you're taking and in the context of your school. So we look at, are you challenging yourself depending on how many AP, IB honors courses are offered at your university and your high school. And we also see, like, are you interested in a particular subject? Are you challenging yourself to take those more challenging courses? We look at your extracurricular activities. What are you involved in outside of being on campus, being in your classes and your academics? Do you have part-time jobs, family responsibilities, other special interests and passions? And we look at your letters of recommendations as well. So we do require one academic teacher letter recommendation. We recommend 2, and 3 is the max. So you can also ask, maybe a mentor or a coach for a letter recommendation as well as your second or third recommendation. And we really want to see in your personal statement your goals and your passions and your interest in pursuing higher education, who you are, and how does Santa Clara University help with you achieving your goals. And again, this year we are test optional, so your test scores won't affect your admissions or your scholarship opportunities. And lastly, some important deadlines: early action, early decision 1 are due by November 1st, and early decision 2 and regular decision by January 7th. We definitely recommend applying for FAFSA and the CSS profile to get the best financial aid package that you can get. 77% of our students do get financial aid. And lastly, here is our contact information and our social media pages. Feel free to follow us and send us any questions you may have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Santa Clara University. Our next institution is the University of Colorado, Boulder.
All right, thank you so much. I'll get my slideshow going here in a second. Here we go. So hello, everybody. Welcome to the presentation. If you are watching live or if you are watching our recorded version, we are grateful that you're here. This is what we love to do, all of us that have been presenting to you, to share information about our institutions. And if you've watched all the presentations up to this point, you'll notice that there's a lot of similarities between each of us. So really helpful for you to be on this journey exploring your colleges to make sure that you truly find the one that is the best fit for you. So I'll be talking specifically about the University of Colorado Boulder. We are located about 30 miles north of Denver, Colorado. So very accessible in terms of transportation. If you're trying to find your way out to us, we are also the largest institution in the state of Colorado with about 35,000 total students, 29,000 of those being undergraduates. This number, depending on what type of institution you're looking for, can sometimes be a little scary because it is a larger number. We are considered to be a large public institution, but 80% of our classes or so have less than 50 people, and about 50% of our classes actually have less than 20 people. So you'll find that you have all of those big school opportunities in terms of a lot of clubs, a lot of sports, a lot of community service commitments and things that you can choose to do, leadership, research, those types of things. But then within the classroom where you truly want to gain some of that experience, you will actually be able to engage one-on-one with faculty. The picture that's shown on your screen right now is an overview of our campus, and it's not too hard to tell where we're located, which is right at the foot of the Rocky Mountains. So a beautiful location. I know a lot of schools that have been sharing their location have these really great areas. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for skiing and hiking and the outdoor from summer to winter, you've got tons of great outdoor options for us. To specifically look at this photo where you're looking at the campus itself, it's that center area where you see all of the red roof. Our architecture is something that we are known for. Our buildings look almost identical across campus, and truly something to check out in person if you're able to at some point. A little bit more about our college town, which is in the surrounding area at the base here of the Rocky Mountains. We have over time, over the last several years, been ranked either the #1 college town in America. We've also been ranked the #1 happiest city, the healthiest city, and more recently, the #1 metropolitan area for female entrepreneurs. So you've got a ton of different things depending on what it is that you are looking for. So that's just a nice overview to get us started. Another thing as a research institution that we like to share with students is there's tons of opportunities for you to truly be innovative within the career that you're eventually going into, or to really specialize the area of academic interest with clubs. And as I mentioned, the research is a big piece for a lot of students of what they'll be contributing to as an undergraduate student. More recently, we actually had a first-year student, so fresh out of high school, was completing research on being able to take students' minds and translate what their playground experience would actually look like if you were like when you're on the playground, what it is that a student is thinking in their mind and how do you translate that onto paper. It was a really fascinating study, but what I think it goes to show is that first-year students all the way up to students who are ready to graduate are able to contribute to the research that our faculty are doing. And you can do that in any number of our different majors. And you don't have to participate in research. You could be doing study abroad, and you could simply just be really invested in the major that you're studying. We have all of the different college schools and programs that you see listed on the screen. I think more commonly, a lot of students are hearing about our engineering and business programs since they are ranked in the top 20 in the country among our peers. So those certainly getting a lot of really great recognition, but we even have a really well-known program for exploratory studies, which is a way for students to get a little bit of a sense of all of the different majors that we have without having to fully commit to something in your first year. We do, though, have direct entry programs if you want to go straight into a business degree or straight into an engineering or computer science area. If you want to start straight off in music, those are audition based. So lots of exciting things that you can do just to kickstart your first year. Also want to talk briefly about our residential program, since a lot of students actually rate that the best experience they received in their first year was living in the residential communities, because you have that academic feel if you want it. A lot of our communities are academic based, so you're having a chance to really network with students who are either other first year or sophomores or even upperclassmen, to make sure that you are staying on track and that you're invested not only in your academic area, but also within the community and getting to know the area. Speaking of the area, I mentioned earlier that we have a great location, and on your screen, you'll just see a few different examples of places where students like to go to. So you've got your skiing nearby, you've got some great parks, you even have a river where we have a national, I'm not sure if it's national, it's at least for Boulder, but it's a kind of float down the river to work day where our staff and faculty will actually float to work. So kind of some cool traditions on our campus. Briefly want to mention the application process. Similar to my other colleagues here, we are on the Common Application, and we do require you to submit the Common Application essay and then 2 short answer essays. Test scores are optional. So we are test optional for the application process, and test scores are not required for scholarship consideration. Our upcoming deadline for those students who will be applying for admission for next fall, 2022, that application is open and is due November 15th. That's our earliest deadline. And then January 15th being regular decision. We are also open to campus visits. So if you're thinking about coming to campus, we offer visitation Monday through Saturday, multiple times a day, and we would love to see you on campus. Happy to drop my information into the chat for those that would like to connect, and we really appreciate you being here tonight.
And thank you, University of Colorado Boulder. And our final institution tonight is the University of San Diego.
Hi, thank you everyone. I'm just about to share my screen. Perfect. And thank you for tuning in. My name is Alex Goldman, and I'm here representing the University of San Diego. We are a contemporary Catholic institution located in the beautiful city of San Diego. We were founded in 1949 by the Sisters of the Sacred Heart and the Diocese of San Diego. And because of this unique co-founding between the two organizations, we are not governed by any religious orders such as the Franciscans or the Jesuits, but instead are guided by our mission and values, specifically Catholic intellectual teaching, meaning we believe faith and reason can coexist in the classroom setting, allowing our students to really develop holistically mind, body, and spirit, and Catholic social teaching, the belief that all individuals should be welcomed with open arms, regardless of their background, their identity, their experience, really building a just and equitable society on our campus. At the bottom of the screen, there is a quote from Mother Rosalie Clifton Hill. She is one of our co-founders. She believed there were three pieces essential to higher education: beauty, truth, and goodness. She said that if we built a beautiful place, people would want to come here. Once they were here, they find the goodness in our community, and through that goodness, they'd be inspired to seek the truth. Then they would go and share that beauty, truth, and goodness with the world. So that is certainly a guiding motto for us today, almost 75 years after the founding. We're consistently ranked among some of the most beautiful campuses in the nation. We have about 5,500 undergraduate students, about 2,000 graduate students, so a grand total of about 7,500 total campus population. About half of our students come from beyond California. We have about 7% international population, 41% of our students identify as students of color, and lastly, about 40% of our students identify as Catholic. This is probably one of the most popular questions I get. Do I have to be Catholic to attend? The answer is absolutely not. We want that diversity of faith, diversity of experience, because it's that diversity that allows our students to really engage in meaningful conversations and learn from one another in the classroom setting. We offer a variety of majors, minors, and concentrations for students to choose from. We have a robust liberal arts core curriculum. So I like to think of the academics in kind of two hands. On the one hand, you'll have the core, which will allow you to explore many different backgrounds, and then you'll dive deep into your major, minor, and concentration of choice. Average class size is 21 students, so we pride ourselves on having this small classroom environment for students to engage with one another and their professor. 97% of our faculty have PhDs or terminal degrees in their field, so we really do want you to have that one-on-one connection and that opportunity to really grow and develop under their mentorship. And lastly, I do want to mention the largest class size you'll have at USD is 46 students. That is the campus-wide cap across all programs, all majors, all schools. None of our programs are impacted. So if you ever change your mind, it's a simple process of just plotting out a new direction to pursue. We have a vibrant Torero life, student life on our campus. There are plenty of clubs, organizations to choose from. We're also Division I in our varsity athletics with 17 sports, and then club and intramural options as well. We also have sorority and fraternity life, and service is certainly a big part of the USD experience, and one of the many reasons we were named an Ashoka Changemaker campus. We are one of 42 in the world to receive this honor and this recognition from the Ashoka Changemaker Foundation. And it really just means that our students are passionate about making a positive change in the world around them. So a couple of commitments that we have as an institution and as Toreros is a commitment to social justice, social innovation, entrepreneurship, sustainability, and global perspective. So our students in many different ways approach this, but at the end of the day, they do want to have a positive change and a positive impact in their community. Some will partake in our Tijuana day trips, in which students will go across and help our neighbors in Tijuana, Mexico, because that's about 25 minutes from our campus. Others will find ways to reduce our carbon footprint or expedite a process when it comes to marketing and economics. So really many ways to make that change. And the last thing I want to mention before moving on is our study abroad program. This is a great way to build that global appreciation and that global perspective. We have a variety of programs. About 80% of our students study abroad at least once in their time at USD. We also have a couple of keynote programs, including our double degree programs with our business school and our satellite campus in Madrid, Spain. Application requirements. So I'll just quickly run over the details of how to apply and become a torero. We have one application deadline and tripping over my words. It is December 15th. We, like many of the other schools in this room, have our Common App members, so we do accept the Common Application. We do have USD specific questions, which is where we're going to look to see why you want to become a torero. We also look at that personal essay, your transcripts. We do require one letter of academic reference, but we can take more than one or up to 3 if you want to diversify those letters of recommendation. And for our international applicants, we do have English proficiency minimums. And then lastly, an application fee of $55. You'll note that we are a test-free institution, so we are not looking at those standardized test scores. This is our Torero Ambassador Network. If you want to take a quick picture of the screen, it's a great way to connect directly with our students and our faculty. So if you have questions about what it's like to be a torero or this USD experience, they are the resources, they are the ones currently living that experience. So there is a short creation of a profile, but it is well worth it. So I encourage you to jump on and chat with our students. And if you want to reach out, we're always happy to help throughout the admissions process. I'll go ahead and drop my info in the chat as well. So thank you. I'll stop sharing, and that's about it.
Awesome. Thank you, University of San Diego. We have a couple of minutes left, so I would like to invite our panelists to return to audio and video. And I have a quick question for you. What is some advice you would like to give to someone going through the college admissions process? And we can start again with Northern Arizona.
Yeah, that is a great question. So as you heard from all of us today, we all offer some similar activities and programs, but also very different environments, programs, and campus life. So what I recommend is make a list of your must-haves for a college. If that is, you need to have a specific program, extracurricular activity, location, make that list. And then as you are learning about different universities, see what checks off those boxes to find that right fit. Because ultimately you need to find a location that's going to provide what you're looking for, but then also be a place where you can thrive.
Yes, Lauren, great advice there. Similar is, I'm going to use the saying, fit is first, right? Where you fit in first is really so important. We've all got absolutely amazing academic programs, but stay true to yourself. Remember that it is your college search process. It's not your parents, it's not your brothers, it's yours. So what do you want? Remember that, right? And take that into consideration when you're looking at touring and all that kind of good stuff.
My piece of advice is an oldie but a goodie. Check your email. If you are getting email from schools that you are not interested in, you can hit that unsubscribe button and we will stop pestering you. But that's the primary method that we're going to communicate with you. So please check your email. We're going to send you important dates and information about scholarships and moving and all that stuff. So please check your email.
My recommendation is definitely attend open houses. Many universities may have an open house for you to sit in a classroom, get a specific campus tour. That'd be a really great way for you to get to see how you feel in that specific university.
I am going to piggyback off of my colleague Sarah with the email and make sure the email address you're using, you actually check. In fact, if you can make your own email address just for the college admissions process, let's do that. Some of you might want to have a shared family email. Talk about what that's going to look like. Don't have your family deleting emails that you might want to see. And the best recommendation that I have is not to use a school email address, so not your high school email address, because at some point you aren't going to have access to that anymore, and we're still going to be sending you information. So you want to make sure you have access to something that is just for the college process or that you check frequently.
To round it all out, I would just say take a deep breath. I think that this process can be overwhelming, but at the end of the day, we all want to support you and ensure that you're at the school that best fits what you're looking for and where you want to be in 4 years. So relax, it's all going to work out. Try not to stress too much, and definitely, like they said, check your email, visit, engage with us. We're happy to be the resources for you.
Awesome. Great advice from everyone here. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us tonight, our panelists and the folks who are watching live, as well as those who are joining us on demand and watching the recording. I have just a few closing remarks for you all. For those who are watching live, there will be a brief 5-question survey when you close the screen for this webinar, and we appreciate any feedback you can provide to us there. As mentioned before, this session has been recorded, as well as the other sessions taking place tonight. So please visit strivescan.com/Missouri to take a look at all of those presentations and capture any information you might have missed. We want to wish you all a wonderful evening, and thank you once again for joining us.